Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome. And Irina, thank you very much for being back today. Hopefully, you had an amazing Easter. So, Irina, tell us a little bit about you, who you are, what's your business all about, and then we'll get started with the topic of the day, okay?
Yes, first of all, happy Monday. I'm in a high vibes. It's another week, and like I always say that every day is the start and new beginning. So if we messed up something in the day before, we always have this choice to fix it. And that's the way I look at life. Every day is the new beginning, something that we could start, something that we could empower ourselves with. And again, my name is Irina Portnova. I'm a manifestation coach. I am here to help people to realize their full potential. And like I always say, there is no dream that is crazy, because if something came into your mind, it means that your heart really desires it. And the best way is just to listen to your heart and go after it. And I'm here to help and guide people on that path. And this is the best job that I'm doing. And I just love helping people. And like I said, sometimes it could be very frightening to go this way, because this is something we are not familiar with. This is something that requires us to think, to step out of our comfort zone. But that's why you have the professionals. They are here to help you and guide you and do the best in order to change your life for the best way it's possible. And like I always joke around, just today I was thinking about it. If you have the toothache, you're not gonna do it yourself, right? You go to the doctor, to the dentist to fix it. So the same thing, just for you to know, you're never alone. We are here to help you. We all have the professionals in different areas to help us in our life to make it easier. So why make it difficult? Sometimes people wonder and they want to do it on their own, but on their own, it takes a lot of time, a lot of trial and error, and many years. So let's just cut it out, make it a leap of faith and just reach your highest potential.
That is right. That is absolutely right. If you know somebody who knows the shortcut, and I say shortcut not because it's short and easy, it's because since they're seeing it from the outside and they're not immersed in the problem, sometimes they can find ways to help you get where you want to get that you may have overlooked. And plus, the years of experience that each of you bring as coaches, as professionals have, for us is amazing. So thank you very much for your job. Now, for the ones who don't know me, my name is John Acosta. I'm the owner of Highlight Reviews. We are a digital marketing agency. We help people with the reputation management. But the topic of today, it's amazing. How to live and create consciously. Keyword, consciously, because we all want to create, we all want to live the best of our lives. But how do we do it consciously? That is the part that is important. And how do we get there? So, Irina, what would you say is the beginning on how to create consciously?
Well, first of all, we have to understand one thing, that we have our brain, and our brain is the marvelous tool that could get us into anything we would love to have. But a lot of times we spend our time in our head worrying about a lot of things. We worry about our problems. We kind of just trying to go through the motions in life. And a lot of times it's all on the autopilot. But my thing is that, why do we get stuck in this area? Why sit somewhere where we don't like to be? Let's just, break through and go somewhere we want to go. Meaning, let's try to think what exactly I would love to change in my life. Because majority of people, and I was one of them for the longest time, until I discovered it, majority of people just go through the motions and they take life as it comes, and they don't really understand the power that we all have in order to change everything what we want in our life. And it has nothing to do with our education. It has nothing to do with our age or our past or history. All it is just to have that burning desire that this is the day I want the changes, and know exactly what you want. because unless you plan for something, you cannot really have it. It's just like when the boat is traveling in the sea, there is no wind is in favor of the sailor if the sailor doesn't have the destination. So we really have to understand where we are going and what goals or dreams we are trying to accomplish in order to start moving in that direction.
And that brings me to the first few questions. You mentioned that you have to have a plan and you have to have a burning desire. Think and Grow Rich is one of the best books talking about that subject, having a burning desire. But here's the thing, a lot of people confuse having a burning desire with just like, I want to be rich. Yeah, we all want to be rich. But what is the passion? What is the drive that is taking you there? That's what I'm saying. People confuse the wish with a burning desire. How you as a professional will help us find our burning desire?
This is such a great question. And thanks, Johnny, for bringing it up. This is so true because a lot of people have like lukewarm desires and they can't be even called desires. It's more like wishes, right? So people are saying, okay, I want to change the career. I want my life to look better. But then again, they have no specificity in terms of what exactly they want to do, what exactly they want to change or bring into their existence. That's why they are not able to attain what they want. And burning desire, meaning that you want something so bad to the point that you are just living and breathing it on a daily basis. So if me and my clients are working on bringing any desire in their life, any dreams, and it could be as crazy as everybody wants for themselves. There are no limitations. Like I said, the only limits that we are having is in our heads. So once we start working on it, they understand that there should be that drive, that because not every day you're going to wake up with a good mood and saying, I'm willing to do this work. I'm willing to work on myself, because inner work requires a lot of effort and consistency. And not every day we would wake up and say, you know what, I'm so charged up, I'm ready. There are days when you're just waking up and saying, you know what, I don't feel like doing it anymore. I just want to quit, right? So that's exactly when you need that burning desire, because this is something that's going to be driving you. Because once you imagine that life that you want to live, this is something that's going to propel you all the time. And I'm here to kick you. I'm here to push you in that direction, because it's very difficult to go on your own. And I know how it is. And it's not to judge people or saying, you are weak or you cannot do it. No, it's a human nature, especially if we were not trained in that way. It's very easy to give up on something that we might wanted, right? Because it was like just that ignition, that sparkle moment. And all of a sudden we lose that, patience, we lose that steam. So I'm here to remind you, why do you want your dream? And how we could make it together happen. And that's what exactly we are doing. So to answer your question, the burning desire, it has to be something that you really, your heart ignites, something that you really want to bring into your life, that is gonna make it so impactful. It's gonna make you such a beautiful change in your life, that when you finally get to that destination, when you finally get that result, you exactly feel so fulfilled.
Yes. So pretty much you can describe the burning desire as whenever you're not feeling like doing it, you use that as the backbone to keep pushing forward.
Exactly, right. So you always imagine, right? We have that powerful tool, imagination and memory, and we usually use it going to the past. We always go to the past experiences, and most of these experiences are not the best experiences. We are not reconnecting with the, like beautiful moments all the time. Our mind is kind of just that safety tool that keeps us saying, oh, remember when you've done this way, and you remember what happened? And that's what exactly stopped people from trying to achieve anything different, because the past memory and traumatic experience like really kills that desire. So my point is, we are working on our brain muscle, the same way we are working on our physical muscle. in order to reprogram it and start thinking differently and use our imagination where we imagine that beautiful life that we are trying to bring into the physical reality. And rather than and rather than getting upset and saying it's not gonna work for me, why don't we imagine and reconnect to exactly what we want to bring forward? And that's, our mind cannot be in that negative and positive at the same time. So once we start imagining how the life is, where we have exactly what we want in our life, all of a sudden, all these good emotions are coming. Like you feel so relieved, you feel so happy, you feel so just, in a flow. That's exactly what this is all about. So there are different tools that I introduce if people are coming to work with me that they could implement on a daily basis, because we all need these tools in order to build that beautiful dream.
That is true. So after we have the burning desire, the next step will be to create in our minds, meaning your field of expertise, visualize. Right?
So after burning desire, the other prerequisite is the decision, making the powerful decision that no matter what, I'm going to go after it. Because an interesting thing happens once people make the decision. Once the people make decision, although they don't know how they are going to arrive to the end and result, and it's not necessarily at this point, but decision, once we make that decision, the universe starts working and the universe starts to conspire with us to bring forward the people that we need to meet, the circumstances, the situations. So everything is going to be changing with, around ourselves in order to realize our dreams. And a lot of people don't understand it, or a lot of people don't have that patience because they want everything instant, right? But it's not like instant noodles. You cannot just drop them in the water and, create a different life. Because if it was that simple, if it was that just, easy, everybody would be living that life. But we are here to grow and evolve. We are here to work on ourselves, to make the best versions of ourselves. And by making the best versions of ourselves, we bring into the physical reality exactly what we desire.
Yes, the thing is that nowadays society has created this pill mentality. You pop the pill and you let the pill work. You still can eat everything you want in the menu. Just don't forget the Diet Coke at the end, so if you want to lose the weight. Which is amazing how society nowadays is like, I want the result without any sacrifice. So that's true. Why decision is so important. And as you mentioned, I'm just going to put a little bit of what had happened to me in the past. As some of you know, I own a dance studio. I teach Latin dance, salsa, and bachata. And when I was in the process of that, I wanted to start a school, that I wanted to set roots here in West Palm Beach and Lake Worth. Everything in literally 72 hours from the second that I said I want to build school, everything started lining up. I met the right people at the right time with the right connections that led me to the person that I now sublet the studio from. And it's so important to have that mentality that, hey, I need it, I want it, and I'm gonna go for it. And understand that this is not like an easy thing. You're gonna have to work for it. There's days that when I started, I had 1 student, and then there's days that I had 0 students. And that is the normal. That is what we have to deal with. And your morale and your happiness cannot go out of the window when those things happen. And that's what happens with other businesses.
Yes, Johnny, that's so true, because failure, and this is like a part of our greatness, right? Because we try, each time we try, it's not actually the failure, it's more like a feedback. That's how Edison said when he was inventing the light bulb. It took him 10,000 experiments before he actually made it happen. And when somebody asked, how did you keep pushing yourself with all these failures? And he said, there was not a failure, it was the feedback. Meaning that once we try one way, it didn't work, I'm gonna try another way. Because if there is an issue, there is a solution. but solution is somewhere on the other, I say, frequency, on the other line, and we have to align our issue with the solution in order to achieve it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have burning desire, making a decision. What will be the next step?
The next step is really dive in to discover who you really are and what exactly you're going to be doing, because it's all, our outer world is the true reflection of our inner world. So we have to do this inner work on ourselves, and it includes a lot of different things. Looking at ourselves and be very objective with ourselves, not just thinking from the ego standpoint, but more listening to our heart. Because a lot of people might not accept the truth about themselves. I call it naked truth, but we have to like really dig deeper and figure out exactly what went wrong in our life, what exactly we have to work on. And like I said, it has to be practice of forgiveness, because a lot of time we are carrying all these negative emotions towards the situations, towards the people, and we carry them for many, many years. And it's not helping us, because it's actually blocking our energy to flow freely. And we cannot create what we want to create, because guess what? If we already have no space for anything new, we have to create that space by letting go of something that doesn't serve us anymore. So it's a lot of practicing of release, letting go of people that don't serve you anymore in your life, letting go of circumstance, and letting go of your limited beliefs, and getting more sense of self-deserving. Because a lot of times, like I said, our brains are holding us from our greatness, because we start comparing what we've achieved before, and this is exactly what we are projecting for our future.
Or sometimes we compare to some of our more successful friends. I mean, that is one of the things that start mentally draining you, because you're like, oh my God, it was so easy for him or her. And why is it not for me? Is there something wrong with me? And those negative thoughts start just weighing you down, weighing you down, weighing you down. And that's when I strongly suggest to look for a professional, because they have the tools, they have the knowledge on how to get you out of that loop. Uh, I kid you not, I wish I would have believed in therapy and coaching before, because it does make a huge change. I mean, I've seen it within me. And of course, like I always say, therapy is not something that you do for 3 weeks and you call it quits. It's something that is an ongoing situation, because there's always going to be a belief that you need to change in your mind. I wouldn't say eliminate, because I'm a big proposer of becoming friends with your demons. But yes, I would say make peace with it and figure a healthier way of getting to where you need to.
So true. And like I said, a lot of people are still, it's very new concept of investing in ourselves, because majority of people know what to make a financial investment, or they have to go to work so they earn money, but they are very clueless when it comes to invest in themselves. And let me tell you that investment in yourself is gonna pay you off so much more, 10 times more, if just 10 times, it's just like just throw in the number than anything else you are investing in. Because once you understand who you are, and once you understand what is your potential and how to get exactly the results you try to get, the life is going to be completely different in all areas of your life. And I remember, I just love Jim Rohn quote that says that if you work hard at your job, you're making a living, but when you work hard on yourself, you make a fortune. And once you really understand the deep meaning of these words, you live the life completely different. You are not on the same level of awareness. Like I said, with this work, you grow your awareness. You understand that whatever you've been exposed to, your knowledge is not everything what it is in life. There is so much more for you to waiting to be discovered. And people are growing from one level of awareness to another. And this work never stops. So once you get into that desire of learning about yourself and understanding how the life works exactly, you cannot stop, because it's so fascinating and it just like captivates you, and you have such a different meaning rather than waking up in the morning and start reacting on things and thinking and worrying about everything, meaning just kind of living in a survival mode. You focus on living in a thriving mode. But it takes time, right? It takes time, takes practice, and it takes skills. And like Johnny said, it's very good to be engaged with a professional, somebody who also went through the transformation, somebody who could relate with their own experience, and somebody who could take you from where you are to where you want to be, and just, bridge that gap. And also to be surrounded by like-minded people. Because once you start sharing your dreams, it's not for everybody to know. Because people start giving their opinions and saying, are you out of your mind? Why are you doing it? Like, what's wrong with you? You're having like your comfortable life. What are you trying to achieve? So my point is, just be very selective who you're going to be sharing it, and stay with the like-minded people, with the people who are going to uplift you, with the people who are going to push you, are going to believe in you, right? Because it's very, very easy, especially in the initial stage, in the startup stage, when people still doubting themselves, and it comes to the point where they are saying, you know what, I don't think so, it's going to work for me. And then you have Irina, who's going to say, definitely it's going to work for you. I believe in you because I see you already to have exactly what you want to have. I see you exactly. And then you have the like-minded people who are there also to support you and uplift you, because we all need it. That's the best way to go about something that we want to change in our life, and doing it consciously, right? Because most of the time, like I said, people plan more for their weekends or their getaway, but they never plan for their life. And that's the sad part, because we all know about education. We all know that we have to learn how to read and write, how to do math and everything, to have these skills in life. But we don't have the skills how to live the life. And that's exactly when these kind of professionals come to the rescue, because we are actually teaching people how to live the best life they possibly can.
And that brings me to, just to recap real quick on what you said, be really careful who you share your goals with, because they may be the person that also killed that dream. And it's so important that once you have a dream, once you have a passion, make sure you guard it with your life. Make sure that look, this is something, again, I'm gonna go from experience. Usually your family are gonna think you're crazy. They're gonna be the first ones to tell you that you're nuts. Like, didn't you see your cousin do something like that? Didn't you see your uncle? Didn't you see your... They're gonna be the first naysayers. So be aware of who you share that information. Guard it with your life. Why do I say that? Look, everything I do, thank God, is because I love it. I do marketing because I love it. I do reputation management because I love it. I do my dancing because I love it. In the past, I had other dreams and I shared it with the wrong people. At some point, I was married and I shared with whom I thought should have been my first cheerleader, my wife, and just completely destroyed the dream. So be really, really mindful of who you share with. It's not that they do it to hurt you. They want the best for it, but the dream is not in them, so they're too scared of seeing you fail. So I'm not saying that they wish you wrong or anything like that. They just don't know what you have inside and what you have to give. And that's why they're scared, because they've never seen it.
Oh my gosh, this is so beautifully said, Johnny, because just think about it. That's true. Your dream is not somebody else's dream. Whatever ignites you is not necessarily that ignites somebody else. So it's very important for each of us to discover what exactly makes us alive. And like I said, the best excuse I have, if somebody is giving me opinion and I stop a person right away and I say, excuse me, are you there where I'm trying to go? If you are not where I'm trying to go, You are not allowed to give me any opinion.
And that
And
is
this is the
the
best
best
answer
advice.
ever, because people are so opinionated. People think that they know the best, although they cannot really put the order in their personal life. They are there to advise you on your own life.
Yep. And that is the thing. Everybody has an opinion and doesn't mean that it's going to be the best one for you. So, again, we have right now the mindset pretty much of how to get started. And now, how would we go into the creation mode? Because we have the mindset, we have the willingness, we have the passion, we have the burning desire. So then what? What's next?
Then what's next? Come to my workshop, because I really lay it out and I tell people exactly what can we do, because we are looking at mini vision, right? We are looking at your vision, because we have to have the plan. Just the same way as when you try to build the new house, you go to the architect, and you're not just coming to the architect and say, you know what, architect, just build me a beautiful house. And the architect is going to say, okay, define what is beautiful for you, because whatever is beautiful for me, it's not necessarily what's beautiful for you. So let's just be more specific in terms of like how many floors you want to have, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, what kind of kitchen, etc., etc., etc. So you become more specific. So this way, we are really designing our plan for exactly what we try to create in our life. And it's very important to have that vision in order to move in the right direction. And that's exactly what I'm teaching people at my workshop, at my masterclass.
When is your workshop?
Next one is coming on April 25th.
Okay, mark it in your calendar. April 25th. www.lifepalette.net. Is it this one / meet and greet your true self?
Yes.
Fantastic. People, make sure they come with paper and pen. Get ready. You're going to get a lot of good information that is going to help you switch your mindset. So, is there any cost for it, for this workshop?
It's actually complimentary. All it costs is your time and attention. People have to be more conscious about where they spend their time. Because a lot of time they spend time on the social media just scrolling through, or they spend
and look at memes.
Or they spend around the people who are just, draining them emotionally and energetically. So be very selective, because time is, our one of the greatest resources. So all it is just for you to decide, this is something I want to learn, at least to have that curiosity and the growth mindset, just to see what is there. If you are not really believing in it, at least come and discover for yourself, because you cannot deny something that you've never been exposed to.
I was just going to say that. Put it this way. If you've never done it, but you really want to change in your life, it doesn't hurt you in any which way to go and see what is it all about. Who knows? You may find the new way of doing things that you actually definitely were craving for. Or you may say, you know what? It wasn't meant for me, but the information was good. Then it's something that you can take home and that's it. But you're getting the exposure for something that people are paying hundreds of dollars, just complimentary, just because Irina really wants to invest in you, wants to make sure that you have the best tools possible to achieve your goals. So thank you very much for that.
Absolutely. And like I said, it's all about raising our awareness. Because if we don't know about something, we don't know about its existence. It doesn't mean it's not there. It's just because we never tap into that. So the more we grow our awareness, the more things we bring into our life, and the more conscientiously we could design our life and live the life to the fullest potential.
Okay. So at your workshop, there's going to be more than likely some things that they're going to have to do, right? Do they have to bring anything?
It's very interactive. So I love to engage with people, and I give beautiful examples. We play the games. We watch a little bit short movies for them to understand and immerse more into this work and understand that this is really working. And all it takes is just for you to take that leap of faith and try for yourself, because we can never we can never succeed if we never try.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it just comes to my mind, the funny joke that one guy is praying to the God and saying, God, can you please help me to win the lottery? And the God tells him, of course I can, but first you have to go and get the ticket. So people are just wishing for something without even putting any time to think about it, and there is no specificity and there is no commitment. So I'm just saying, come and just enjoy and immerse fully into this work and see what this is all about.
On top of that, this type of events bring a lot of people with an amazing positive mindset. So if you get nothing out of it, you're going to get amazing connections which are going to make an impact to your life. So it's a win-win whichever way you look at it.
That's so true. It's just like to be around in this energy. And I just had my past workshop on last Friday, and people were very responsive. They loved it. I've heard a lot of good feedback. And I also stayed there for questions and answers because I love to help as much as I can. So especially if people have never been exposed to this kind of work, they are going to be having questions, and I'm there to answer any questions you're going to be having. It could be not related to the workshop. It could be something from their specific personal situation that they would like support and guidance. So I'm here. Just use my resourcefulness and pick my brain, and I'll be able to help you out for sure.
Okay, so hopefully all of you got something valuable today. Hopefully all of you are now thinking about what is going to be your next step. You have the foundation, thanks to Irina, on how to get your mindset ready for what you're going to accomplish. And then on top of that, you have a complimentary workshop that is going to help you achieve those goals. So right now, today's meeting was very productive. Anything else you would like to add for today, Irina?
I just wanted to say that let's take our life in our own hands. Stop living in the mode of victim, where we are saying why life is happening to us. Let's be the hero in our life and just understand that life is happening through us, not to us. And like I said, rather than living in that survival mode that a lot of people used to live in, let's live in a thriving mode. And you'll see how different you're going to feel, how you're going to be more fulfilled, how your life is going to have more meaning and happiness.
All right. So follow us for next Monday at around 11 a.m. Eastern time. And we cannot wait for the next topic for next week. If you want to know, is the power of never giving up. So I hope you're all here. Irina, thank you very much for today's message. You're awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So are you, and everybody who's going to be watching. Send you lots of high vibes and love, and take the life in your own hands. Live more consciously and understand that we could consciously create everything in our life. All the experiences, all the results, it's all could be created consciously.
Okay. Bye, everyone. See you next time.
Bye. Have a beautiful week.